Hello and welcome to Advent of Code, day 10. Getting ready for the next problem to drop. Got about 30 seconds. So once again, close your environment. Yesterday didn't get any points, but still got good chances. I feel if we get a problem that that's well suited for us and we don't make any mistakes. So just about 5 seconds here. Okay, and here we go. Not hash. Not in a circle. Based on the input. Here's the input. Okay. So let's see. Implement not tying. Interesting. A string with marks on it, based on the input, repeatedly selects a span of string, brings the ends together, and gives that span a half twist. Okay, let's save this. Okay. To reverse the order of the marks within it, after doing this many times, the order of the marks is used to build the hash. Okay. Begin with a list of numbers, a current position, all right, skip size, and a sequence of lengths. All right. Then for each length, reverse the order of that length, okay. Move the current position, circular. If the current position, it wraps around using a smaller list. Okay. Okay, so what are they asking here? Standard list size. All right, so something like, so in the first case, let's maybe slurp this, split it by commas, map read string. I get these numbers here. And then we want to talk about range 256. Okay. All right, so, okay, so this does seem to be like a, we have like a state and a next and here. Okay. Okay, where state being a position and, I don't know, some collection here. This begins like this. Okay, so then the thing that we're reading in this n is a length. All right, so selects, all right, so it selects the first three things. Okay, so then the modification is going to be something like, so if we have a collection, how do we take n from it based on pause? Something like take pause. So we want to do like a concat of take pause here, then like take n from drop pause of call, and then like a drop add and pause call. Like that. Okay, parens indicate. All right, and after reversing that, we get that. Then the current position moves forward by the length. Okay, so I'm just going to let call be, I think, if I take n from a cycle 1, 2, 3, what does this give me? Okay, so I'm going to let call be a cycle here. I think that what I can do is, we can call this C call. Okay, because I think I want to just take count like this. And then my new position, I think I just need to add position to the n, like this here. Therefore, if we do step starting at 0, range 5, and taking in 3, wrong number of args passed in. Here we go. All right, and then this thing here has to be reversed. Okay, so that does look right. Okay, the second length. Okay, so maybe step 4 here. Okay, and then I think I want to do like rem this, count call, keep it reasonable. Okay. Finally, the skip size increases to 1. Second length. Okay, so there's also something called a skip size, SS. All right, starting at 0 here, and then this is going to be increment the step size. Okay, select a section. The sublist is reversed. Okay. Okay. And then the current position moves forward by the length plus the skip size. Okay, so then this, here we increment the skip size. Okay. So, is this right? So, okay, so then causing it not to move because it wraps around. Okay, so this is saying that the position should continue to be 3, which is right, and then the list needs to be, okay, so this isn't right here. So all right, so the output of the first step, this looks good. Then in the second step, selects a section which wraps. So this should take these. I think we're not doing to form 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think the issue, I think this is not implemented right. Okay, maybe this needs to be here also. Like this, I don't know. Oh, nope, that's definitely not right. Let's see. So we need to, all right, turn this, set this back here. This is correct. Now, in the next step, we have the 4 coming in, selects a section which wraps. So in that situation, this here, let's see what this is. Okay, so it says 210. It's not right. It needs to be take n from drop. If it's a try taking this reverse out here. Oh, 1. Okay, now how about here? Okay, so now this says, in this situation, this is saying 3, 4, 2, 1, which is correct. Okay, so we have 3, 4, 2, 1. Then we got reverse it. One, 1, 2, 4, 3. Okay. Then the collection that we need to end up with has to be, it's like we have to drop, we got to like drop 2 off the front of the list that we're working on here. Hmm. Hmm. still not getting it. Um, so if we have, so let's do this. Let's take 10 from here. See if this makes it more clear. So given that we have this thing, it's like we want to start here, grab this chunk, and then turn it into what? 2, 1, 0, 3, 4. So it's like, hang on. So we have this 2, 1, 0, 3, 4. Okay, and then we got to turn this into 4, 3, 0, 1, 2. And that means basically taking uh, hmm. So position here's 3. Here, our position is right here, and finally, okay. So we can select 3, 4, 2, 1. That's fine. We can select this and reverse it. That is also fine. The issue is that it's going in the wrong place. All right, so then what if we say, all right, so we can get the properly reversed string here. How do we figure out where to put it? So I guess we need to do something like you know um, drop 2 from here, followed by like take 1 of like this, followed by here. Would this produce the right thing? Oh, yikes. Let's see. Mhm. Mhm. No. Hmm. Okay. All right, that looks good. This 43012. So this does print out the right answer here. Now, how do we do this properly? So why are we dropping 2 here? We're dropping 2 because that's the amount that the bit that we're taking exceeds the count. So something like the rem of n count call here. Okay. Nope. So this is not 2 here. No, it's 3. So maybe mm, oh, that's not right either. Um, hmm. Okay, so we can select this sublist. We need to drop 2 here to produce the right answer. This one is pretty easy because this one is just like minus the count here from the count of the collection. I think this still gives us the right thing. Nope. Oh, right. Other way around. Okay. Okay, still the right answer. All right, and then so this n here matters. So this has to do with like we're starting at point 3, then we're adding 4 to it, which gives us 7. So it's like take the position, add the count of the reversed thing, and take the remainder of that on the count of the collection, like this. Something like that. Will this give the right answer? Okay, looks like it will. So, all right, so this becomes this. Turn these off. Okay. O2, wait, 012, 43, wait a minute. Something changed here. Oh, we just had it. We just had 43012. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is correct. All right, and then okay. Okay, and then this is saying drop NN here. So drop 2 from the reversed thing. I am reversing it, right? So, hmm. Hmm. 3, 4. wraps around. Let's see, skip size increases. Two, four, three. Okay, so I think this needs to be take. Nope. Hmm. All right. So here we go. Here's the reverse thing. In order to produce this, we have to drop 3 here. Oh, maybe that's what it is. And n needs to be like, we got to increment this by 1, maybe? Hmm. Take n. Hmm. Well, maybe maybe we should break this out into a function where we have reverse sublist. Some call starting at n and then working over so some position and then working at n. All right, so reverse sublist, we're going to start 2, 1, 0, 3, 4. Say that we start at position 3 and then we're going 4 like this. Okay, so the reverse portion of it is going to be we reverse take n from drop pause of a cycle collection. Okay. Okay, this gives 1, 2, 4, 3 as expected. Then then we've got to what? Since the position, I think that what matters is that there's some modulus where we take n and add the position and then take the remainder with the count of the collection here. All right. So now I think we drop m from this, giving 4, 3. So then now we want the part of it that wasn't affected. So we do something like take, subtract the count of the collection from n here, the part that was unaffected. So that's going to be something like drop add pause n to cycle of call here. 430. All right. And then follow it with a take n of reverse. All right. Okay. Seems a lot better. All right. So then this becomes reverse sublist given call position and value n. All right. And then the only trick here is this skip size. And I think the skip size, okay, Okay, so the skip size here, select a section, current position, moves forward by the length plus. Okay, skip size doesn't affect this thing. Okay. All right, so this stuff doesn't matter anymore. Take this whole thing out. All right, so let's try this. All right, let's try one step here. 3, 4, 2, 1, 0. All right, which is not correct. Okay, so this doesn't give the right answer. Starting 1, 1, 2, 4. Starting at 0 and 3. This. All right, why not? So it begins here, selects 0, 1, 2. Okay. Producing 2, 1, 0. Okay. So far, so the reverse portion is correct. Let's get this modulus also. Okay, modulus is 3, and it's supposed to represent the amount that it sort of went over. But the amount that it went over is actually 0. So is rem not the right thing here? So let's see. So basically, if we have like 3 and 5, then the answer is like 0. But if we have 7 and 5 or 8 and 5, then the answer is 3. Is I mean, we could put something in here, but that doesn't seem quite right. Maybe it is right. Something like if this number is greater than the count of the collection, then return this. Otherwise, this is 0. So let's do the right thing here. 21034. Okay. And how about here? Okay. Good. All right. Now 43012. Okay, which looks right. Now let's do one more time. 1. All right. 12430. Third length 1. This selects a sublist of a single element, so reversing it has no effect. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, so let's try this again. Giving 43012. Starting where? I guess it doesn't really matter. Here, so this needs to not change anything. It does. Okay. All right, let's figure this out here. Okay, so it's saying the reverse is this. All right, and then start by putting the reversed part in the middle. Yeah, that's not right. Yeah, this is not exactly the right way to reverse a sublist. I wonder if the better approach is something like get the reverse thing and then have something called like the reverse cycle, which is where you just like drop basically just want to get, so let's see here. Hmm. Hmm. Well, so okay, so suppose I'm in this situation. Wouldn't it be nice to make something like um 1, 2, 4, 3, 0, 1, 2, 4, 3, like this here, because then I can just take this part here. So the way that I would make that, given this reverse sublist thing, is I can take this thing, basically concat this to all the stuff that wasn't in here, and make a cycle of this, and then drop some number. I think that it's pretty much the position, and then take this. So what happens? What happens here now? Okay. Okay, this isn't quite right. Um, this needs to be shifted one more over. And why is that? I'm not dropping enough here. Hmm. 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 So this does give the right answer. This also gives the right answer. This does not. Um, so, okay. So here, 21034. Yeah, this really needs to just be like this. And here we want to start at this point. So why do we want to start at this point? Where does this 2 come in? It comes in because hmm, might be this M value here. We got here. Although that is correct here. That's correct here. So maybe we need this part as well. right. All right. Nope. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Continue to stare at this. Begins here. Maybe. Uh, hmm. Da, 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 da. How do you get this? Um. Huh. Mhm. Well, yeah. Uh, well, I am just not getting this. Um, I think I'll take a break and look at the problem with fresh eyes later on tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, let's see how fast people solved it today. All right, looks like they took a decent amount of time. 25 minutes. It's like 12 minutes to solve the first part. So um, so yeah, this is definitely an unusual one. Um, hmm, hmm, huh. 34210. Nope. 2034. So basically, we're starting here. We're selecting these, reversing them, and then starting back here. Hmm. O and 3, which means 0, 3 and 4, which means 2. Um, 2 and 1, which should mean 0, I think. So it means here. Looks like if we add these together, gives 7. Add these together gives 3, which would start us here, which is wrong. Basically, this is the portion that we reversed. And I think the problem is that sometimes the list gets split up. This might be just easier with like a vector, maybe. So if we just defined this as a vector v here, and then we got our reverse thing in the same way. And maybe what we could do is we can map vector rev iterate inc starting with the current position here, and then reduce some function. We basically want to update add EV. Okay, so, and this is just going to be an index and a value. So take the remainder of position count of call. So this value here. Okay. And then starting with the vector v. So like call. Okay. Oh. All right. So then if we take these, copy them up here. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Didn't do the right thing at all. So let's see. So iterate inc, starting with the position that you're at. So VV. Saying set 0 to, okay, so just somehow we're just not, this just isn't taking. Does associate not work on vectors? It does. Okay. Set this value. What? What is the problem here? Okay, set O to 2, good. Set 2 to 1, good. 2 to 0, all right. But then why is it returning just the same value again? well, this doesn't look good. Rem position count v. This is not right here. Oh, right, because this needs to be IDX. Okay. Okay, this looks good. Okay. Okay. And then I think we got this one more use case here. Yeah. Okay, so yep, looks like the iterative solution was the one we probably should have used all along. All right. So this collection needs to be a vector. We're going to use reverse vector here. Okay, a long range can't be. Okay. Okay. All right. Looks good. Looks good. And then I think we can just do a, I guess, reduce step starting with a vector of range 256, result of multiplying the first two numbers in the list. Okay. I don't know how to create a sequence. Starting with here, and then working over these. Don't know how to create. Okay. Can I at least call just regular step, like the first of these here? Oh no, of course not. Because my starting state needs to have a couple other things on it, like a position and a step size. Okay. All right. Two. Take two of the second. Multiply 191 by 255. Okay. Right answer, rank A10. Great. Okay. Now what have we got? Okay, single round of the NOT-hash algorithm. Running the full thing requires many of these rounds. Some input and output processing is already required. Is also required. Should not be taken as a list of numbers, but as a string of bytes. Convert characters to bytes using their ASCII codes. Okay. Okay, your lengths are not larger than. Okay. Okay, good, good. Once you have determined the sequence of lengths to use, add the following lengths to the end of the sequence. Okay. All right. Okay, so instead of map read string to this, we sort of have to take this, treat it as a sequence here, and then let's see, how do we get ASCII values out? Some languages have ORD. Java get ASCII value. Looks like you can do like an int. So what if I say int this? Okay, those are good numbers. Okay, so so I should just be able to do map int here, and furthermore concat these values provided. I'd say that I have to add. Okay. Let's see. Second, instead of merely running one round, run a total of 64 rounds using the same length sequence in each round. Okay. For example, all right. Once the rounds are complete, you will be left with the numbers from 0 to 255 and somewhere called the sparse hash. Okay, so I think that basically, I think, so let's open the Clojure API here. Let's take a look at cycle. I think cycle might be able to take a number. Nope. How about replicate? It's not a thing. So, well, I can take this and repeat this 64 times. That's what they're asking for, right? 64 rounds, okay. And then if I concat, list of things here. Now, on a total, same length. Okay. The current position and skip hash should be preserved. Good. It makes it easier. Once all the rounds, okay, sparse hash. Reduce this to a list of only 16 numbers called the dense hash. Use numeric bitwise XOR to combine each consecutive block of 16 numbers in the sparse hash. There's 16 such blocks. So the first element is the first 16 elements of the sparse hash XORed together. And the second element, okay. Okay. Does Clojure have an XOR? That looks like yes. Good XOR. Okay. Does it take n per? Yep, that's good. All right. So we're going to do this thing. All right. So then we're going to do reduce step, starting with this, working over this. All right. This is going to be the sparse hash here. Then partition 16 of sparse. And then what? Finally, the standard way to represent is as a single hex string, final output, hex notation, because each number will be between. Always represent them as 2 hexadecimal digits. All right. What is the not hash of your puzzle input? Okay. Right. Okay. So let's see. So take this, and then for each of these, so for block here, we're going to do bit XOR, XOR to the block. All right. And then we want to represent that value as a hex string. So I think there's Java integer toString, where you can provide a radix. Integer toString, okay. Something like integer toString, this value, the radix is 16, and then apply str to this. All right. Okay, that's fun. Right, because we actually just want, this is like the second here. Okay. All right, so here's an answer. Let's try it. Not the right answer. If you're stuck, okay. So let's see. What did we miss? Okay, so your first 3 numbers, they correspond to these. Okay, so the first would be, okay. It's always, okay. Is it the proper length? Okay, so what is the count here? 31. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, we're definitely missing something here. What if we say this? If we do have 256, okay, I'm going to use def here because I don't think we need to keep recomputing this. Oop. Okay, this shouldn't be that big. All right, so then I do a partition 16 of the second sparse, and I should be able to get a count here. Should be 16. Is all right. So I should be calling The only thing that I can think of is that maybe integer toString on something like 0, if I provide a radix like this, yeah. So this needs to be padded. Does format work? Can I do this? Like this maybe? Yeah, okay. Instead of integer toString, I'm going to use format. %O2x. Yep. Okay. All right, so let's see if this value has the right size here. Does. All right, let's give it a try. Not the right answer. Okay. Let's see. Here's some example hashes. The empty string becomes this. So why does the empty string become that? I think, okay, I think I get it. I think it's because, yeah. All right, so let's take these two blocks here. Yeah, okay. Let the whole thing. Close this up here, and instead of slurping, let's do this. All right, A25. Okay, so that produced the right answer. 7.2. Okay, and how about here? So maybe it's possible that 3.3 ends in CD. Yeah, okay. All right, how about this one? 3.9D. Yeah, that looks right. And that looks right. Okay. Okay, so I'm thinking that this must be wrong somehow. So let's take a look. So there's this 10 here. I think probably I don't want that. So I think that if I call trim on this, no, Clojure doesn't have, oh, it must be Java trim. Okay, and then here. All right, this is a different number. And here we go. Right answer. All right. Rank 483. Okay. All right. Tough day. Glad that we got the answer in the end. Had a lot of trouble implementing the core algorithm here. Maybe I'm just not in the right kind of Clojure frame of mind for solving stuff like this. But it was very difficult to take a sublist and reverse it while leaving the rest of the list unaffected. What I ended up doing in the end, so I tried a few different approaches. You can see this reverse sublist was just absolutely a mess, and I couldn't get it to work on top of that. So the approach that I ended up taking and ended up working like right away, you can see here is reverse vec, and then this is just an iterative algorithm that finds the reverse values, produces a sequence of indexes that you want to update, and then updates them in the vector. So once I had this, then the rest of it was pretty easy. The step function here is just tracking some variables. In fact, this thing can be taken out. Yeah, the only variables that need to be tracked are the current position that you're on and skip size. And skip size doesn't even affect the way the reversing happens. So, you know, this was a complication, but a pretty straightforward one. And then yeah, the second part of the problem was pretty cool. This is I thought it was pretty funny in that it just sort of throws a whole bunch of new requirements at you, and some of them are just like some of them are just like weird, like the ASCII codes thing, and Yeah, but so lots of like bitwise operations, which depending on your level of familiarity with the language that you're working in, maybe you might not know what they how specifically to do it. How to like turn bytes into their hex strings, things like that. I did make two mistakes while I was doing this. One is that I didn't put padding on my byte values so that zero, if I fed in a zero, it would just come back as regular zero, but the program spec says that you have to pad it. And then the other thing is that when I save this input, it comes in with a new line at the end of the file, which gets converted into a new line byte, and then fed into the program input. But that's not actually part of this input here. There's no new line here. So that was about it. Yeah, tough day. But once I broke down and actually wrote like an iterative algorithm to reverse a vector, then things got a lot easier. If you, I think I might edit this video to just sort of trim out the first 30 minutes because I didn't think that was all that productive. But if you have watched this far, then thanks for sticking with it, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. Thanks for watching.